I'm using aesthetics as a vague term to encompass beauty, fashion, art, certain sports, etc.
But then, beauty standards oppress women. That's the patriarchal devil at work, that bastard.
Patriarchy presents a demand, but babes, you own the means of production. Joke for the commies in the audience. Check. Unless it is a direct man makes creative decision, woman executes them situation, men don't decide real life women's looks. And even there, she or a woman styling her still has choices in how she executes his directions. Female cosplayers cosplaying characters designed by men still need to make their costumes wearable. They might even redesign the whole thing and just kind of try to stay true to the original idea or aesthetic. Most film directors might be male, but film costumers and makeup artists tend to be women. Like, I'm not saying defy your director, but like, he does rely on you to make his vision come true. Even if his vision sucks, it's your job to make it work, right? Any version of man deciding women's looks is still a collaborative effort between the two of them at the end of the day. If enough of you collectively decide to change something about beauty standards, men will simply have to deal with it. Feminism has made previously men's-only clothing perfectly acceptable to be worn by women. Even cuts that were called boyfriend jeans or boyfriend hoodies just a few years ago are now just like normalized. Like, they don't even call them boyfriend styles anymore. They're just like oversized or baggy or wide leg now. The women's aisle this season just looked like a second men's aisle. Where am I supposed to buy my pretty dresses now? You're gonna put pretty dresses in the men's aisle? Yeah, I didn't think so. This is sexism. Even the lesbians are complaining about straight girls dressing too gay these days. What has the world come to? Yet heterosexuality still exists because men don't give a shit about how women dress. They are not exactly picky, trust me. Women are ultimately the ones upholding beauty standards. Growing up, the people telling me I had to be femme and wear makeup and straighten my hair to attract boys to be an acceptable girl weren't the boys in question. It was other women and girls. My peers put me through what I like to call girl boot camp and tried to teach me makeup and straighten my hair. My dance teachers forced makeup on me as early as kindergarten. I was clawing that mascara off my lashes as soon as I got off stage. I was a tiny baby child. I did not want that stuff on my face. When I was a teen, my dance teacher refused to let me perform without makeup, despite my asking to, even though she let the one cis gay guy in our class choose, and he chose not to, so it's not like it was even just for like consistency's sake or anything. Meanwhile, there were and still are to this day straight men who look at this and go, yeah, I can get down for that. Even throughout my butchest phases, there were straight men willing to date me. I used to watch Germany's Next Top Model as a teen. It's like America's Next Top Model except the German version, and it has Heidi Klum heading the judges. I remember one year there was this girl with dreads on the show. White girl with dreads, it's Germany. Heidi didn't like the dreads, so when the episode where they all get haircuts came around, she gave her the choice. Cut them off or leave the show. She left the show. She didn't get the exposure, experience, and opportunities the other girls got, not because she wasn't good at her job or pretty enough, but because she didn't fit Heidi's beauty standards. White people dreads tend to be associated with a lot of like alternative movements and subcultures, which as such reject a lot of societal norms, including stuff like conventional beauty standards. It's an outlook, and that didn't fit the very proper, composed, undisruptive image of beauty that Heidi tends to go for. Heidi made her career as a model with her looks, which got her to the position of power that she now holds in her industry. And by using that position of power to police the next generation of models, she can make sure to pass that power on to girls who fit the same image as her and maintain the beauty status quo that she profited off herself. Trad femme beauty standards weren't made by men, but they sure were made for men. Subcultures like kawaii and lolita from Japan and their equivalents in other cultures. I saw someone calling Jojo Siwa American kawaii on Tumblr recently, for example. Try to escape the male gaze by replicating hyperfemininity as a little girl would see it. Queer women also don't have to cater to the male gaze and therefore historically have a much broader range of expression than their straight counterparts. We've established that women can dress however they want and men have no means to stop them and will generally make do anyway. They'll hit on women and people they presume to be women no matter how butch they dress. Ask any butch or trans masc about the confusing times it's happened to them. Even the aforementioned cutesy subcultures will get accused of promoting pedophilia, because men will still find a way to be horny for them, because they're grown-ass women and straight men be into that. And because of that, idiots on the internet then decide that that's the women's fault somehow. Clearly you don't need to cater to the male gaze for straight men to be interested in you. Yet we still see beauty standards that do. Gender roles are based in heterosexuality, which isn't just about men trying to get women, but also about women trying to get men. It is straight women trying to get a leg up in that pursuit by catering to the male gaze that makes beauty standards conform to it. Female beauty standards are matriarchal in-group oppression by straight women collaborating with the male gaze, not out-group oppression by the patriarchy. Beauty standards may feel oppressive, but the means to try and adhere to them are much more accessible to women than to other people. The beauty and fashion industry treats women as standard. There are only female models featured on regular hair dye and stuff. The only male models are found on For Men products in their own little segregated section.
That's just because men are too fragile to use products that are not specifically marketed for them.
They literally aren't represented on other products. If you put some male models on generic products and in their ads instead of only female ones, I'm sure men will be down to buy them even if they don't say For Men on them. And only featuring and catering towards women isn't exactly neutral marketing either, is it? Most clothing stores either don't have a men's section at all, or it is much smaller and has way less options than women's.
Okay, so this whole catalog is for the women's section. Make sure you organize the rompers by strap size and pattern. I don't want to see any daffodils next to my love core, got it? Okay, and then for the men, let's see. You get 5 whole different cuts in black, brown, blue, and gray. Oh, and maybe some floral. Oh, I'm sorry, camo, if you're nice. And that's it. That's our men's section. That's enough for you guys, right? Cool. Now I said put the tiered maxi dresses and the asymmetrical mermaid ones separate. God.
This can have more serious consequences. When I was sewing masks for my neighbors at the beginning of the pandemic, I was using the floral patterned and colorful fabric scraps that I had to hand. Whenever women would get masks for themselves and their family, they would pick out one of the ones I'd already made for themselves, and then they'd go, "My husband says he would like a plain black or dark blue one. Do you have any like that?" And I sure did not! The fat quarters I was using are harder to come by in plain dark colors, as I learned, because home sewing's target demographic is housewives, mothers, and drag queens, so their tastes and comfort zones are reflected in the fabrics offered. Home sewn masks relied on easily available fabric, making them less accessible to most notably straight men. Even if they wanted a mask, they were less likely to wear one during that early time because they literally couldn't find one that they felt comfortable with. That put them in more danger.
My Lord Lucifer, men are so fragile.
Do men not have the right to be comfortable, to express themselves as they want to express their discomfort if that option isn't given? Are men fragile, or are you just taking the accessibility of your own femme comfort zone in these things for granted? Even in androgynous things, women's access is prioritized. Butch AFAB androgyny is more accessible than femme AMAB androgyny. Most how-to androgyny guides only talk about AFAB androgyny, to the great chagrin of some of my non-binary trans femme friends. If you Google or Googled in the not-so-distant past androgynous hairstyles, you almost exclusively find short-haired AFAB people. Women's suits, easy to find. Most regular clothing stores have them. Flat-chested dresses? Good luck, pal. Learn how to sew, I guess. In medical transition stuff, too, facial feminization surgery is much more common than facial masculinization surgery, which is basically unheard of. And it's not like trans femmes have more dysphoria about their faces than trans masks do.
Well, women have beauty standards, so trans women are under more pressure to get facial surgery to fit into them.
First of all, what an insane assumption that a bunch of people who were raised as girls would be fully unaffected by the very concept of beauty standards being put on their bodies. I mean, have you seen us? You can't raise us telling us we're meant to hypersexualize ourselves and then tell us we're not allowed to anymore once we're finally comfortable enough to do it. Just because we're guys now, fuck you. I'm still wearing my skirts and chokers and crop tops and there's nothing you can do to stop me, asshole. The cis men might be cowards, but we're not cowards who don't have taste. We do. We were raised to. Okay, we were raised to both be brave and not have good taste. So, like, fuck you. Trans women are more acutely aware of beauty standards put on them because it happens in a more tangible way. Trans masks are still affected by beauty standards but have trouble unpacking how exactly that is because it's treated as a women's issue. For a bunch of non-women, that is hard to talk about without misgendering ourselves in the process, so it doesn't get engaged with to begin with. Plus that thing of girls being taught not to be a bother and to put up with bad things instead of taking care of their needs properly. In trans masks, that can lead to more hesitation around accessing badly needed transition stuff than a lot of trans femmes. There are so many trans women I know who still are or at some point did self-med, so got estrogen and T-blockers off the internet and had to figure out how to dose that stuff themselves. It's dangerous and hard to do as a layperson, but they did it anyway, because that's how set they were on starting HRT in the time spent on long waiting lists. Testosterone is a controlled substance, so trans masks can't self-med legally, but we can still get a private prescription for a few £100, which, while that's not doable for everyone, it is pretty affordable as far as private transition stuff goes. The person who told me that going private was an option to begin with was a trans woman I know who had gone private for her hormones. When the NHS GIC screwed me over at my first appointment because I foolishly wore a dress to it, I hesitated going private, which was going to cut 1.5 years off my wait, even though I had the money for it. My mother had to basically tell me, if you need it and you can afford it, why on earth wouldn't you get it? And yeah, obviously, why on earth did I hesitate? I'm on my way to getting facial masculinization surgery at the moment, so I was looking at clinics where one might be able to get that a while back. While most of them offer a wide range of FFS procedures, almost none offer any FMS at all, let alone the specific kind I was looking for. That makes face surgery inherently more inaccessible for trans masks.
But FFS is so expensive though. It's not accessible to most trans femmes either.
The cost of any trans face surgery is going to be high because in the UK neither is covered by the NHS. That's inaccessibility across the board. I'm saying service not even offering the masculinizing version adds an extra layer of inaccessibility for trans masks, even if they can afford it. While caring about your looks means you need to put in some extra effort to upkeep them, it also means you're investing time and energy into yourself and your appearance. It feels nice to look good and take time for yourself. You're valuing yourself and doing self-care with it. They don't really get that basic self-care in the same way. Not only are they more limited in their choices of expressing themselves to begin with, some of them are also limited by the kind of jobs that their gender role has them do. In trade jobs and the like, you need to wear clothes that can get dirty and won't get stuck on anything, let alone the protective and high-vis gear that might be involved. Not only does that further limit your options, it also means you need to make a difference between the dirty garbage clothes you can wear to work and the kind of clothes you can't. My electrician lads at college would come to evening class in their dirty work clothes, complete with a variety of dust and mud and plaster stains. They were coming straight from work and chaining his effort, so it makes sense not to, but that also means they're wearing those clothes almost all the time, no longer just in the place they actually need to. If the dirty garbage clothes you wear to work become your normal clothes suddenly become your nice clothes. You're lowering the bar of what your normal level of care put into your appearances and devaluing yourself in the process. And it has been a struggle for me to not fall into the same hole. I've had to look for bottom pieces that fit the criteria of like coverage and sturdy fabric and no fun colors or patterns that can't get dirt on them. Pants I couldn't bend in, skirts, so many options were suddenly just banished to outside of work days only. I made sure to pick the nice looking steel-toed boots instead of the ugly ones. I have to actively try and wear like interesting tops and accessorize to make up for the rest. Like, I have never had to put this much effort into just upkeeping my normal. It is rough, you guys. It is rough. Talking of lads and putting in effort, sports that not only have an athletic but also an aesthetic component, dance, figure skating, gymnastics, cheerleading, pole dancing, and basically anything where you're supposed to be smiling instead of grunting, are traditionally considered femme and tend to be highly cis-female dominated.
See, they even expect women to look pretty when they're doing sports. We really cannot catch a break.
But the thing is, women do it. They not only perform incredible feats of athleticism just like their male counterparts, but also look flawless doing it. There is more skill needed for that than for sports where you can look a mess while doing your thing. And isn't sport about pushing the human condition to excellence? Am I arguing that the femmes are better at sports than the butches? Yes, to be honest, I am. See, I do ballet. I want to see my gym bro rugby and football lads fucking try and look that graceful by using that many muscles with that much control. I can kick a ball. Can they land a fucking pirouette and smile doing it? If I can convince them, we might find out in a future video. Even though these sports are just as demanding athletically as any other sport, they are so deeply seen and marketed as a women's thing that men are disincentivized from even trying them, even though they might enjoy them given a more inclusive image.
If you called it like the Cirque du Soleil Club, I would love to be a part of it. I would so love to do it.
Yeah, in high school, I would have loved to have learned how to do back handsprings and do all of those things.
I learned to do a back handspring. Do you think that made me popular?
No.
No, because it was girly.
Yeah.
That's what it was called. I'm not saying like that's what it should have been called. That's what it was known as. Like, I didn't want to show it off too much because some people thought it was stupid that I could do a back handspring.
And that's why we didn't have male cheerleaders at our school, is because it was like, no, that's for girls.
And they didn't want to get made fun of.
Yeah.
Women's aesthetic expertise extends beyond just making themselves look beautiful. Art is AFAB dominated. The less techy, the more so, as we've established that tech is a patriarchal area. I have been through 6 years of art school. In secondary school, we only had 4 cis guys in a whole class, which was less than a fourth. At uni, we had several pathways on our animation course. I was on 2D animation, which was the least techy one, and in turn, the most AFAB dominated. We had maybe 6 cis guys in our class of 20 people, and the only female lecturer in the whole course at the time. 3D and games were mixed, and VFX was the most AMAP dominated. I'm saying AFAB and AMAP dominated instead of female and male dominated because it tracks across trans people too. Across my art education, there were 2 to 3 out trans masks, including myself, in my class at any time, but not a single trans femme. Any trans femmes we had on our course at uni, including one of our lecturers who came out after I graduated, was in the more technical subjects. 3D modelers, coders, technicians, etc. Programmer socks are a trans femme trope for a reason.